Leveling in XDefiant might be the most tedious or long-winded part of the game currently, and while there's surely a fine balance to strike between having something to work towards always versus leveling up every weapon insanely quick, even the most passive of players who want things to last as long as possible to keep them from getting bored have probably said to themselves at one point, okay, how can I speed this up even just a little? Today, we're taking a look at the best ways to maximize your XP yield to hopefully help speed up the process a bit so that if you're wanting to get your max camos done or just simply wanting to get some better attachments, either way, you're set. Drop your thoughts as we go along on what you think of weapon leveling in XDefiant. If these tips help you out or you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it, and make sure to subscribe for more XDefiant coverage along with other FPS content here as we chase down 600,000 subscribers this year. I'd truly love to have you in the community. Finally, my friends over at Gamer Advantage are having a site-wide sale where code ESPRESSO can get you 35% off your entire order, which is one of the best deals in a while, but more on that a little later. For now, let's take a look at the best ways to maximize your weapon leveling in XDefiant. So firstly, we have to understand what the weapon leveling system is like. Weapon XP, as a breakdown, it's already been confirmed that it's 3,500 XP per primary weapon each level and 1,500 XP per secondary weapon each level. So breaking it down, 1 kill will equal 100 XP. That's been confirmed. That comes directly from Aches, former COD pro, now developer on XDefiant. So if you were to say want bronze camo, silver, or gold, just based off of kills, it's going to take you a long time. Bronze camo, it's going to take you 1,750 kills, silver 2,625 kills, and gold 3,500 kills. That's a lot if you want to rank up just off of, say, kills alone. So either for camos or just getting better attachments, surely there's got to be a better way to do this. Thankfully, that's not where all your weapon XP comes from. You're, even without trying, going to have a lot of other things that add to that total. But with those confirmations, it also confirms other things that we see in game visually being 1-to-1. So you'll see things like an assist being 50 XP, whereas a full kill is going to be 100 XP. So if you end up transferring all of that, you can take a look at some of the best direct XP yields and how to obtain them exactly. Now, let's break this down into a few different categories. For example, objective play, you're going to have a lot of different things that can help you out here. Each individual mode in the game right now has a certain number of XP denominations for playing that objective. In domination, you'll end up getting per flag capture upwards of 300 XP per full capture, but you end up getting incremental 25 XP boost for the number of seconds you are on there. So even if you don't capture the full flag, you can still walk through or stay on there for 2 to 3 seconds and end up getting XP for progressing towards that. In escort, it's 25 XP per second that you end up escorting the package. That seemingly is uncapped as well. So you can end up just absolutely mowing through the enemy team and progressing this thing the entire time, while also ending up getting a ton of XP along the way. Conversely, in escort, when a retreat is initiated on defense, if you end up having the enemy team not even getting close to that package where they can make progress, all players on your team will get 100 XP each retreat every time it's initiated. In occupy, every single time you spend on that occupy zone or hard point, you're going to end up getting 5 XP per second, uncapped. So you can stay there as long as you want in that entirety of that occupy zone. Obviously, whenever it switches, you're not going to still be getting XP, and you'll have to take that time to restart back at 5 XP gained per second whenever you jump into the next hard point, but you end up getting what I'm saying here at this. And then hotshot, you get 50 XP per bounty pickup, just the token and the tags and bounty. If you become the hotshot, the player with the most bounties, you end up getting XP every 5 seconds that you're active on that hotshot streak. Now, admittedly, I think that it's 10 XP every 5 seconds, but the running total ends up going up just like occupy. So I'm thinking that it's still the same case as 10 XP every 5 seconds, and that you're not ending up getting 10 XP at 5 seconds, 20 XP after 10 seconds, 30 after 15, but I'd be more than happy to be wrong on that. I mean, that would encourage objective play even more. Now, additionally, XP-wise, it doesn't appear that when you are the hotshot, that bounties grant more XP per bounty pickup, but it does count as 3 score instead of a singular score to the overall match total. So while it doesn't help you directly, it does help your team, which, again, can help you get extra XP for your overall level. So still a nice thing to go for no matter what. Now, beyond objective play, you also in-game have things you can do, such as team play, using your abilities. For example, Libertad's healing does 10 to 50 XP per every healing assist you end up having, where if a teammate is healing and they're close to you, again, that passive just helps regenerate them a little further. Whether they're in that zone of your ultimate or your active ability, doesn't matter. You'll end up getting 10 to 50 XP per healing assist each time that happens. Most of the time, that stuff I don't even notice is happening. So it's one of those things I look back at gameplay and I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's a nice little boost. So you don't even really have to be consciously going for that. Phantom's shield damage block, that's 50 XP per block, which is more than one bullet. So it's not like if somebody dumps a mag into it, you're not going to end up getting 1500 XP for a 30 round mag dump into the barrier shield. But it is something you still get a little bit of XP just by simply playing and probably keeping yourself alive at that point. And then in gameplay, not even just like ability wise, you're also going to see a ton of modifiers randomly in that gameplay. Medals, if you want to call them that, there's a lot of potential for these to give an incremental boost as well. While there's not a ton of them in the game at the time, at least that pop up, anytime you see pop-ups, you'll end up getting XP. Things like your kill streaks, that pops up every 3 kills, not just at the start of that 3rd kill for what it's worth. So every 3 kills, you'll end up getting another 200 XP when that medal pops up. Assists, you end up getting 200 XP when that banner pops up. Point blanks are 50 XP. Headshot medals are 200. Demolisher medals, 200. Multi-kills, which is like your double and triple kills, 50 XP. And your objective play is 200 XP every time you capture a flag. So all of this means you'll, of course, want to capitalize on all of this as much as possible, because obviously you're gaining way more than just simply 100 XP per kill when you start to do all this kind of stuff. And granted, you're not going to hit every single bonus, every single game, every single kill. Frankly, a lot of this stuff can be summed up with just play the game. Like, that is a fair assessment, but at the same time, consciously capitalizing on it is an entirely different thing. Recognizing what gets you more XP and acting on that information will help the most. So for me, what I would recommend for modes to play, Hotshot is a very quick and easy way to gain weapon XP. Games are fast, you get in-game bonuses, it's still all the action of those maps, and honestly, most of them are very small maps, so you're always in there. Just more XP potential per se. Frankly, I really enjoyed Hotshot as a solo player when I'm playing just by myself, because every game was roughly 8 minutes or so. My only anomaly of that was on like Mayday, I think, when I'm looking back at footage, which is a bigger map for comparison to other maps in the game. But 8 minutes, I was getting a few levels a game, and I always felt in the action playing objectively. Now, if I'd be playing with a team, like my usual squad of like maybe 4 to 5 other people, well, we'd all be going for the same objective, which sure expedites the games where it would probably take only like 5 to 6 minutes per match. But at the same time, do you want to do that? Because you're probably leaving less bounties on the table for yourself. If everyone is playing full objective, well, there's a better chance that you won't accumulate as much in regards to objective play. Most games, not everyone is going to be playing super objective heavy. So in that case, I feel like when I was playing, it was easy to pick up 15, 20 to 30 bounties, maybe more. That was kind of like my rough average. So for that, I'd take Hotshot as a solo or even duo play mode, but not much more, just trying to maximize the returns for myself while leveling my weapons. Escort is another one that I highly recommend. It's a much more linear gameplay loop. Hotshot doesn't have perfect spawns. Honestly, there were a lot of times where I was like, how did I spawn right in front of a guy shooting me? But at the same time, Escort, you'll end up having that tug of war. So you know where players are going to be coming from for the most part. So you can get a ton of XP from kills, abilities, and of course, escorting that package if you're on offense. If you do play in a team, this helps tremendously, because if your team doesn't really care about that extra bonus objective score, they can just patrol the outside and pick off enemies while you end up escorting that package the whole way, which again, just offers a massive boost after a certain period of time. Beyond just simply modes to play, things to do in-game, double weapon XP boosters are obviously something that really do help. That is a guarantee that will boost your progress, whether it be through some of the early playtest rewards, the battle pass, or any other way they decide to introduce these later on in the initial year of support. XDefiant's boosters are available for standard XP and weapon XP, coming in denominations of 20, 40, and 60-minute boosters. Now, I haven't used any of mine just yet, and as we'll mention in a second why, but I've heard that this unfortunately follows the same real-time pattern that Call of Duty switched to with Modern Warfare 2019, where even when you're out of game and in menus, it'll still progress through that 20, 40, or 60 minutes. Unfortunate, but again, if you want to play your own way, you don't want to focus too much on tailoring to a playstyle or changing how you end up interacting with the game, this will be a guaranteed way to, of course, boost whatever you want to do. Now, the final thing is, currently as of recording this, there's actually a double weapon XP weekend going on. Full transparency, this video is something that I expect can be helpful outwards of weeks to months later past this publication point. So after this weekend of publication, my apologies if you do see this, but keep an eye out for future events upcoming. But if you do catch this in the sort of first weekend here of when this is published, from now until 9:59 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, May 28th, you'll have by default double weapon XP active, where everything you do is just simply doubled. So while you don't have to, I'd highly recommend trying to maximize XP yield, as we mentioned, with modes and accolades where possible, because at the end of the match, that total is simply multiplied by 2. You can't really get much better than that. So you end up taking all of those factors into account. You start playing those certain modes. You start playing with your abilities or playing objectives a lot more. Those things are just going to start to compound and compound and compound, where you're going to start finding you rank up your weapon faster than if you just were to, say, go for kills. So that said, that is what I would recommend here in the most efficient and best ways to rank up your weapons, either going for attachments or weapon camos in XDefiant here as of launch. Now, a little slight unrelated, just kind of trivia point as well for regular XP, unrelated to weapon XP, but in general, commend your teammates at the end of each match. Try and get that universally to be a thing. I mean, it's a free 200 XP every single commendation, so show some love to your teammates and hopefully they'll do the same to you. You can end up getting multiple commendations from multiple people in the match, so 200, 400, 600, it keeps going up for however many people end up commending you at the end of the match. So just do that. Again, a little community bonus thing here that we should help each other out. Anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up. But before we do, make sure you check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for what I firmly believe are the best blue light glasses on the market. They're the most lightweight, comfortable, and durable frames out there as far as I've used, and I definitely think they've helped my daily productivity. And right now, there's a limited time 25% off discount site-wide for Memorial Day. So the cool part with that is that code Espresso, my 10%, also stacks on top of that, giving you 35% off total of whatever you may order, which is one of the best deals we've had in a long while. If you guys would like to learn more, at the very least, I'd recommend checking out their website where they can better break down the science and all the specifics way better than I could. But what I can personally say is I would highly recommend them. So if you'd like to learn more, check the link in the description below. And if you'd like to pick something up for yourself, use code Espresso to get 10% off your entire order. But for now, that is going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did these tips help at all? Or are you going to change how you play at all? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things XDefiant and other FPS coverage here on the channel. I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.